Good evening, everyone, and welcome to beautiful Omaha, Nebraska, and Caniglia Field on the campus of University of Nebraska, Omaha. I'm Aaron Hogue, and with me tonight is Samaya Hogue. Samaya, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. This is a first-time matchup between inner-city rivals, I guess we could say, Gretna Elite Academy and Sporting Nebraska Football Club. And a lot of these players are either teammates of each other or have played against each other multiple times throughout their careers. And it's going to be an exciting one. I do not expect a high-scoring match like we had against Side FC 92 earlier in the week on Sunday. But Samaya, what are your thoughts on these two teams matching up for the first time in the UWS?
I think it's exciting. It should be a good game on both sides, and I'm just interested to see who comes out on top.
Yeah, absolutely. Kickoff should be starting here shortly, and once we are kicking off, we'll be live continuing on My Cujo, or 11 Sports, as it's now called. Samaya, do you want to go through the starting lineup for us?
Yeah. On Sporting side, we have number 1, Keelan Terrell, number 2, Gabby Grimaldi, number 5, Peyton Steffen, number 7, Maddie Radke, number 10, Lindsay Prokop, number 20, McKenna Turner, number 21, Hitomi, do you know how to say?
Yami.
Number 22, Hannah King. Number 27, Reagan Anderson. And we also have number 26, Jillian Lane, and number 15, Gracie Parsons. And then on Gretna's side, we have number 2, Grace Crockett. Number 3, Lauren Anglam. Number 4, Sophie Lamongi. Number 7, Abigail Santana. Number 8, Grace Oshergard. Number 9, Cece Lamongi. Number 11, Marissa Gore. Number 12, Ariana Mondiri. Number 20, Lauren Schmidt. Then we also have number 33, Mackenzie Smith, and number 43, Maggie Gunderson.
And just so everybody knows, Gretna Elite Academy is in the white and Sporting Nebraska is in the blue. As we are underway in the first half in the UWS. So far, a lot of physicality from both teams. Kenzie Smith doing a good job of calling out. Back in the goalkeeper position. It's a pretty young backfield for Gretna Elite, isn't it, Samaya?
Yeah, it definitely is.
And a late addition to the team is Lauren Anglam, Lolo, number 3, right?
Yep.
She just started her collegiate career at University of Nebraska. Great job being aggressive up top by Ariana Mondiri. Of course, she had a heck of a game on Sunday. So far, both teams have had opportunities to put things away, and just nothing's materialized yet. Olo clears the ball to the middle. Lauren fighting for it. Across to the inside. Easily taken away. Mondiri went down, not sure what happened, but I think the ball was a little long anyway. Ball dispossessed. Back to Gretna. So they play the drop. And the ball gets intercepted here, just outside of the 18. They're calling a corner. That was number 7, Maddie Radke. Radke playing out of Creighton here in Omaha. First corner of the match comes for Sporting Nebraska. Looks like Jillian Lane will be taking the corner kick. Ball hits the post, and they're able to get the goal kick from it. Kinsey plays it short, very short. Grace Ostergaard decides to drop it over to Lolo. Lauren plays it up. That's Abigail Santana. Abigail trying to traverse through all those blue jerseys. Not able to do it, dispossessed. Keenan Terrell gets the drop. Sends it up into some waiting legs. Ostergaard. Mondiri knows she's off, so she doesn't touch it. It looks like we've got our first corner for Gretna Elite Academy. Sophia Lamanji will be taking the corner kick. She's a defender. She's playing out of University of Missouri, Kansas City, UMKC, the Roos. Kick goes just outside of the 6. Ostergaard takes a shot, but gets blocked. Ball stays in. Ball back in. Mondiri's close, but not able to get there. And for the moment, Sporting Nebraska is safe. Schmitty, Lauren Schmidt, number 20. And there's Maggie Gunderson. Drop to Terrell. Terrell sends it back up long. Gets past half field. And calling an offside. Give credit to Sporting Nebraska's Reagan Anderson for very, very nice block on that shot by Ostergaard just a few minutes earlier. Ostergaard plays it wide. I believe that's CC. No, I'm not sure.
Marissa Gore.
Marissa Gore. Mo Gore. They're saying somebody touched it. So another corner here. Romanji will take the kick again. What do you think so far, Samaya?
It's been a pretty even game.
Oh, excellent header. Just a little over the crossbar.
Of course, I say it's a pretty even game, and then one side tries to score.
Well, that's okay.
But yeah, overall, both teams have had chances.
Keelan Terrell, goalkeeper, takes the kick. Nice lofty high kick, almost makes it to half field. Dispossessed by Sporting and tries to get it out to Lauren Schmidt, but she's not able to handle it. Throw in for Sporting Nebraska. Very good job from Abigail Santana to get in front of the ball on the throw-in. Lauren's able to slow him down. Lauren England. Grace Ostergaard, number 8, there in the middle. She's great at controlling the field, and she actually was woman of the match last week by the club. Of course, we had Mondiri, but that's because she scored all those goals. And sometimes it's not about scoring all those goals, but let's see if she's able to do something here. Mo Gore tries to put it in and actually hits the back post. So we'll have another goal kick here. Puts the ball on the right-hand side. Stretches out a little bit. And gets into it. Ostergaard able to get that ball out of bounds. GEA plays it back, looking to switch the field. Excellent ball over the top. And Sporting is able to get the ball out. I think the week's caught up to Samaya. Cat's got her tongue. Throw in for Gretna. There's Mondiri. Mondiri to Gore. That's a pretty good combination from last week. That's Abigail Santana. And now we have Maggie Gunderson, who drops it back to Lolo. Lolo plays it back to Gunderson, who plays it to Schmitty. Those three actually were club teammates with Gretna Elite last year and many, many years before that. Mondiri sends it in. Santana with the ball. Able to move it really well. Gets to a open Terrell. Saves the ball. Foot save. Good foot save. Also good shot by Cece Lamongi. She's playing out of South Dakota State University. Abigail Santana just not able to handle the ball on the field. Smaya, we're at least 10 minutes into the first half here. 15 minutes, and what would you say you've seen as high points, and what are some things that both teams need to work on?
For the high points, I would say that both teams are doing a really good job at finding ways to get the ball up the field.
Here's Santana trying to get it into the 6, but not able to. It'll be a goal kick.
But honestly, I think this game is just going to be a game of who's going to win the 50-50 balls, because it seems like both teams are kind of trying to find the long balls, whether it's on purpose or not. So I think whichever team wins more of the 50-50s is going to have more chances.
I would certainly say that after about the first, good job for Terrell to recognize that she needed to come out for that. But I'd say after the first 5-6 minutes, it seemed like Sporting was really pressing hard. They've kind of fallen into a more comfortable pattern here. But Gretna Elite seems as though they're the ones that are really pressing a lot more. We'll see if that plays a role in anything later on.
Yeah.
Sophia Lamongi in the back.
I think Gretna was also pressing pretty high earlier. Ariana had that chance on Keelan just by pressuring her.
Yeah, and Mondiri also had that one where she was just about able to take it right off of, I think, the defender's foot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she had 2 of those back to back.
Gretna's not afraid to play a high press on the defensive side too, which is nice to see. They recognize that Sporting Nebraska may not have quite as many players that are hanging out up top. Mondiri getting in between the ball and the player. Unfortunately, goes out of bounds. Players calling for it, Sporting. Lolo's able to keep the ball in play, just kicks it out of bounds. Player number 10 is Lindsay Prokop. Of course, Prokop has the one and only goal scored so far for the club. They played 2 matches so far. They're 1-1 with 1 goal and 1 clean sheet. So haven't scored too much yet, but they haven't given up too much either. Cross comes over. And that's a goal. As soon as I say it, that was a goal for Sporting Nebraska. And I believe that was Maddie Radke with the score. Sporting Nebraska strikes first, 1-0 in the first half of this UWS matchup between Gretna Elite Academy and Sporting Nebraska, both out of the Omaha metro area. So this is a derby of sorts, if you want to call it that, a rivalry. I'm Aaron Hogue, and again with me is Samaya Hogue. Samaya, what'd you see on that shot and on that goal?
It seems like there's a little bit of a miscommunication between Mackenzie and Schmitty just on that back post. But I mean, it was a good ball in and a good finish.
It was.
I think Schmitty was just kind of waiting on that back post to help Mackenzie out.
And there's a foul.
And it left
Maggie Gunderson.
Left Maddie open on that shot.
And the foul was to Hannah King from Gunderson. Smith, the goalkeeper, sets up a 2-woman wall. And the ball goes out. Radke was the one who sent it back into the 18. Just plays it short. Gretna Elite looking to switch. And Lolo sends it up. Excellent ball over the top. That's to Santana again, and it was just there. Lamonji had a chance to even it up, but just a little high. Goal kick for Sporting.
I think she had a little too many Wheaties this morning.
Maybe. Very good turnout for the crowd tonight. Both sides are well represented by their fans. I think there's probably a little bit of bragging rights for both clubs. Whoever comes out of this one the winner. And again, who knows? Could end in a draw, and everybody has to wait until the next time they match up later in the season. And Gore's able to stay with the ball, gives it to Ostergaard. Ostergaard trying to split 2, and she's going to get the corner. Another corner for GEA. Samaya, to have to think that they're trying to eventually get it to Mondiri in the middle there, number 12.
Yeah, I'd agree.
That's what you'd do, right?
For sure.
Stick around for halftime. We'll be showing highlights from the first home match. Sporting clears it. Gretna's able to possess. Right in there. Foot save by Terrell. And they're going to be called offside anyway. Terrell, excellent foot saves. She's always been very, very good at those foot saves, right, Samaya?
Yeah, she do them in practice a lot last year.
Yeah. That brings up a good point. Sporting wasn't part of the UWS last season, and so a lot of the Sporting players actually played on the Gretna Elite Academy UWS team. Of course, when Sporting was able to get back into action at a higher level, they were able to acquire some of their homegrown players, and that's why we're able to have talent on both sides here in the Omaha market. It's pretty exciting to see. I think this is going to be a good matchup going forward. Dispossessed by Gretna Elite. Coaches Sporting telling the players to move it forward. Gunderson puts herself in harm's way and is able to prevent a cross into the box. Radke's taking a lot of those crosses into the box. Throw in for Sporting. Santana gets in there. Causes the throw in. Ball's just about 6 yards out from the end line. Thrown by Radke. Gretna able to get the ball out from the 18, but Sporting's able to bring it back in, and there's Ostergaard. Ostergaard kicks it out to Mogor. Mondiri with the run. A little pushing, little shoving, and the ball goes out. Throw in for Sporting. Offside called on Sporting Omaha, or Sporting Nebraska. Unofficially, 28th minute. Just a beautiful night here in Omaha, Nebraska. Not too much wind, and it was fairly overcast early on, but seems like that has kind of broken up. Mondiri trying to keep the ball, but unable to. Sporting plays ball in the middle. Smith able to just come out and pick it up inside of the 18. Plays it short, rolls it out to Wanji. Grace Crockett with the throw in at about half field. Able to walk it up even further. Gives it to Mondiri. And Gretna is able to keep possession of it. Throw in. And Mo Gore is going to throw it in this time. Tries to throw it over the heads. Mondiri's there. Little contact there at the 6. Gunderson plays it back to Lolo. Lolo plays it over to Lamonji. Lamonji up to Gore. And Crockett with the cross. Terrell calls for it, but defender decides to take it. Contact by Ostergaard causes the ball to go out. Throw in for Sporting. Direct ball played towards the middle. Easily dispossessed. I'd say Gretna's done a pretty good job of connecting the passes.
Yeah, I think Gretna's probably had more pass strings connected, but I'd say that the possession would be pretty close on both sides. It seems like it's just a pretty back and forth game.
Well, it seems like everybody has had a chance to touch the ball during these pass strings too.
Yeah.
Where I'm seeing a little bit more of a directness for particular players. I know we've said Radke's name an awful lot on Sporting, and it would be probably beneficial to them to maybe move the ball around a little bit, play on the left side maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
We got a throw in for Gretna Elite. Crockett with the throw in.
I'd also say it's still been a pretty even game, even though Sporting's up by 1. I feel like Gretna could at least have won by now.
I agree. We've got a corner. Gore able to draw. Corner. Mondiri directing. Letting Lamonji know where she'd like the ball. They've had some success of sorts on these corners. The ball's just gone over the top a couple of times, so see if they can bring it down a little bit and connect. Good ball placement. Schmidt goes to Gore. Gore just goes ahead and tries to take the shot. Actually not a bad shot.
Didn't even seem like she had her body all the way around it, so
no, just a little wide.
Yeah.
So we have another goal kick for Terrell. Terrell takes her time setting up. Nice high floating kick from Terrell. And I think Samaya, your analysis earlier was kind of spot on with whoever can win the 50-50 ball. That's what it's really kind of coming down to on a lot of this.
Yeah.
The balls are getting dispossessed quite often. There's Jillian Lane. Or no, Reagan Anderson, 27. Lane's 26. Santana looking to play the ball to somebody. Decides to drop it back to Anglem, who sends it up top. Sporting's able to take care of it, but got a offside there for Sporting. That was must have been a heck of a comeback just by the placement of the defenders. It didn't look like that was even a possibility, but we don't have the ability to look at all angles and see where it's at, so we're just going to have to take the AR's word for it. So Santana comes back for the ball. And throw in for GEA. Gives it to Mondiri. Mondiri looking to just kind of force her way in through, but Ostergaard's there to pick up the pieces and sends it out to Gore. Mo Gore. Very technical with her feet. Drops it back to Crockett. Crockett gives it to Gore. Gore able to make some moves here. And ball stays inbounds right on the line, right on that line. The ball just kind of sat there and curved, and now it's finally officially out on Sporting. So throw in for GEA. Crockett with the throw-in. Lamonji goes to Gore. Out to Crockett. Now Anderson, number 27, the ball. Ostergaard drops it back to Lolo. Lolo takes her space and takes it up. It's dispossessed, intercepted by Sporting. Radke plays the ball wide. Grayson Parsons plays it kind of lofting back into the middle. And that's Jillian Lane up top, who is waiting for the ball. And that should have been an offside, but nothing there. Ostergaard with the ball. Plays it to Schmitty. Schmitty sends it up. Lolo plays it over to Schmitty. Back to Lolo. Now to Ostergaard, who's going to finally find some space to open up the field. Gets it over to Gore. Gore plays it up to Crockett. Crockett not able to hold on to it, but Sporting's able to kick it out. Throw into Gore. Gore goes to Ostergaard. Let's see if they play it wide, and they do. Out to Schmitty, back to Ostergaard. Ostergaard goes to Lamonji. And Lamonji plays it up. So I'd say both teams have definitely kind of fallen into a groove now.
Yeah. I think Gretna's trying to play at their fast pace that they usually do. It's just Sporting's kind of just there all the time.
It doesn't hurt that Terrell's able to be that five-tool goalkeeper that's able to use every part of her body to keep the ball out.
Yeah.
I think that was a huge difference last week in the match. And also, both teams have a pretty decent bench. Here's intercepted ball. Sporting really pressing high now. The ball goes out of bounds for a Sporting Nebraska throw-in. But yeah, both teams have a bench. The weather's actually a little bit better than it was on Sunday.
Yeah.
Obviously, we didn't need a water break, so we didn't take one. Lane. Lamonji just kicks it up.
I think it's kind of hard for Gretna too, because so far they haven't really played a team that's been this physical on them. And so that's something they've kind of been dealing with this whole match.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, they, by the numbers, they didn't do great against KC Courage, but we weren't there to see that one, so it's hard to say how physical that got. But Sporting's definitely matching them in physicality.
Yeah.
Mondiri is certainly not looking as physical as she was last week.
Yeah.
Of course, when I say that, she tries to take on the keeper one-on-one. And obviously, with these UWS teams, there is a certain amount of shakeups in the rosters from game to game, from week to week, and Casalia, the goalkeeper, for Gretna is not here this week, so Smith takes over the responsibilities, and Smith in her own right is a good goalkeeper, but she's a different goalkeeper, and so sometimes the teams, when you have a different lineup like that, it creates a little bit of stress, I would assume.
Yeah, it's not like Mackenzie is exactly like Sydney, and I don't think there's any keeper that is exactly the same, and so it is a little difficult when you have a shake-up like that.
Well, and then you have Lolo, who's just right here. Excellent job by Lamanji to get her body in the way. Creates a corner kick opportunity for Sporting instead of a shot on goal. But you have, younger players back there. You have Lolo, who was just coming in for the first time to the team, and she's starting. So I'm sure there's a little bit of trying to fill things out as it goes on. Lane with the kick. Ball still just outside of the 18. Sporting's able to possess the ball. And Smith lets the ball go out.
It's kind of interesting on Sporting's corners. They don't really have a ton of people on offense in the box.
Almost like anticipating that the...
they're waiting for the clearance.
Right, so that they can kind of set up from that.
Right. But then you'll watch them on their defending corners and they will pack the box. It's interesting because you'd think Gretna, based on the number of corners they've had, would have a goal off of a corner, but when you have about 20 bodies in the box, it's difficult.
Ostergaard really fighting in there. The ball goes out on Sporting. Throw in for Gretna. We have just a few more minutes left in the first half. Remember to stick around during halftime for highlights and look at the GEA UWS roster. Score still 1-0
It kind of
for
seems
Sporting.
like up top, Gretna's just either not talking or they're just not quite ready for the ball. Because you'll see they'll try to build up and play in and around the 18 and the ball will just be loose.
A lot of offside too.
Yeah.
For both clubs. Which is interesting because I don't think we had a single offside last week. We might have, but I can't recall any. But so far we've had multiple for both sides.
Yeah. I think both sides kind of know that if one player gets loose, it's going to be a goal.
Right. Terrell with a free kick, right on the 6. Ball up into the air, wide, and should be out, and it is. The crowd continues to file in. Seeing a lot of Creighton students starting to make their way in. We also have a thing called Taste of Omaha that's just in the park that's right next to the stadium. So a lot of festivities going on this weekend in Omaha. If you're in the area, make sure to check out some of the festivities. There's a shot, and Smith with an excellent save. Kick goes a little awry there, but Santana's able to grab it, but number 22, which is Hannah King, is able to steal the ball away. Smith just gets it right outside of that end line and puts it in, which is a very interesting move. She's, certainly playing quick. That might be the direction that Coach Kavanaugh has for him. Play the ball quick and get it up the field. Mondiri tries to keep possession. She does. Plays it back. Short time here in the first half between GEA UWS and Sporting Nebraska UWS. Inner City derby. First meeting between these two. And it's been a pretty good one so far. (1-0) Sporting on a one-timer earlier. And remember, if you're watching on 11, which you are, any of those highlights that we save, you can actually click on in the chat box, and you'll be able to watch them anytime you want to see how those highlights kind of shook out. We think 11. There's another shot. Goes wide. Both teams have kind of had their minutes on the offensive side. Another short play.
Sporting's had more.
More as of late, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely more as of late. And no substitution so far in this half. Gore up top. Keeps the ball in. And there is half. We're watching Gretna Elite Academy versus Sporting Nebraska. It is 1-0 for Sporting. We'll be taking you to halftime soon here, where we're going to let you see some of the highlights from last week, Sunday's match between Side FC 92 and Gretna Elite, where they were able to really pull out a pretty solid victory in that one. Not necessarily struggling in this one, but Samaya, what should we leave the fans with as we head into halftime?
I think that Gretna's going to come out pretty hungry in the second half. They're not a team that likes losing by any means. I don't think any team does, but Gretna for sure doesn't. And so I think they're going to be even more intense and physical, and I think Sporting's going to have to find a way to match that, otherwise Gretna's probably going to end up getting a goal.
I would agree. All right, well, we'll take you to halftime, and we'll be back shortly to call the second half. Thanks for watching. Great positioning. We have our first goal of the match. And the PK is good for Gretna Elite Academy. That was Ariana Mondiri from Creighton University with the second goal of the evening.
She's done really well at not only taking shots herself.
There's another, and there is the follow-up. Here comes another shot. Good save by the keeper.
Good
unfortunately,
again.
Yep. Unfortunately, just the follow-up by Lauren Schmidt to send that ball into the back of the net. Here comes another shot from Hodavi.
Oh, deflection.
Hodavi is able to get it in.
Takes a deflection off of Mondiri.
Mondiri, just so much space, too much space for Side FC to be allowing someone who's that good and that proficient at scoring to be left wide open.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stop, just give me up. I'm so gone, no, I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad, cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad, I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my...
And welcome back, everybody, to the UWS matchup between Gretna Elite Academy, the home team in white, and Sporting Nebraska, the away team in blue. Gretna is behind right now by one single goal, one-timer, by who we think was Maddie Radke, midfielder. We do have a change in goal for Sporting at the half. In for Keelan Terrell is Mackenzie Short, number 0, as we get underway. Short was at University of Nebraska and transferred to Oklahoma last season. And there she is, starting to let her backline know kind of what she expects from them in the half. She looks to keep the clean sheet for Sporting Nebraska. We'll be underway here shortly. Samaya, you already talked about kind of what your expectations were for Gretna Elite. What's the expectations right now for Sporting?
I think they just need to keep their lead. If they go, or if Gretna gets a goal and then they're tied, I think it's going to be pretty difficult for them to get another one, because it seems like once Gretna gets their goals, they just keep coming.
All right, we'll see if Gretna can get on the board here in the second half as the referees come back out onto the pitch. We're just about ready to get underway in the second half of the UWS matchup between Gretna Elite and Sporting Nebraska. I'm Aaron Hogue, and the softer tone voice you hear, Samaya Hogue, my daughter. I really appreciate you guys watching us on 11 Sports tonight. Gretna right now is 2-1 in the standings, and they're in second place. And Sporting Nebraska is 1-1 right now, and they are in fourth place. So both teams looking to improve here and looking to move up into some higher positions. The referee makes sure everything's good, and we are underway in the second half. Lolo plays the ball long. Out of bounds on Sporting. Ball plays back. A little dangerous. Smith able to get the drop. Gives it to Lamonji, who has a little bit of a hiccup. He's able to get the ball off of her foot into a nice spot. Mondiri fighting for it. Not able to hold on to it though. Sporting able to get the interception, but here comes Gretna again. Abigail Santana to Mo Gore. Gore, the ball's not able to make its way out of bounds, so she's going to have to do a little bit of work. Looking to get the corner, but instead draws the foul on Radke. A little aggressive there, Samaya.
Yeah, maybe just a little.
So Short's going to play the ball. Let's see if Short plays the ball long. See what I did there?
I saw it.
Okay.
It wasn't very good.
It wasn't. I apologize.
Definitely seems like she's going to play along now.
I would assume so. And she does. The ball's still in the air. Both teams fighting for that 50-50. Oh, good contact. Throw in for Gretna Elite. Crockett with the throw in here. Throws the ball up to Mondiri. Mondiri just not clicking today. I don't know what it is, but she just does not look the same as she did on Sunday. My hope is that she's able to kind of figure it out here and start to play like I think everybody knows she can play. Lolo, kind of an awkward angle for a pass, but she does get the pass off. Schmitty plays back to Ostergaard. Ostergaard to Gunderson. Gunderson's going to play it over to Lamonji. Lamonji plays it through. And Sporting's able to take care of it. Smith in no man's land. Lamonji has to come back. And that might be a little bit of that, missing Casalia and the communication that she commands back there.
Yeah, usually that would be her ball.
Mondiri drops it back. Lolo sends it out to Schmitty. Schmitty's able to take the ball into the middle. Unfortunately, not able to connect with anybody. It's kind of been the story of both teams so far. Great job of moving the ball around, and then as soon as they go direct, it just falls apart. Smile, why do teams, it seems like it's going really well with, kind of moving the ball around from side to side, but as soon as they go direct, why is it that they feel the need to do that? Is it just someone sees an opening, or they have happy feet?
It could be a little of both. Most of the time, it's because they think they see a player in space, or there's space for the player to run onto the ball, and then they try to play it there. It just seems like both teams haven't been able to connect that though. And so I kind of wonder if some of it has just been happy feet and they feel kind of forced to play along.
Mondiri on the side here. Gives it to Gore. Gore is going to send it into the middle. and nobody there to receive it. It's going to be goal kick for short. It's 1-0 for Sporting Nebraska. A few minutes into the second half. Appreciate you guys watching us on 11 Sports tonight. Intercepted off the goal kick by Mo Gore. Gore kicks it out to Crockett. Crockett takes it up the side. Wants to send it into the 18. Just doesn't rotate her hips enough and goes into the side net.
I think she might have been trying to get a corner there too.
She may have, yeah. SOFC defender did not fall for it.
Another difference in the back for Gretna is Lolo. We kind of talked about her earlier, but she's in for Reagan Zimmers tonight.
And Zimmer's been playing most of the minutes.
She has.
Crockett able to intercept the ball. Ball in the air, a little bit of a contact, but center ref waves it off. And kick out by Sporting.
Yeah, and with that with Lolo, she just, like, not only do they have to worry about Mackenzie in the back now being a switch up, but since Zimmers has been getting the minutes in there, that's another change they have to deal with.
Question down here on the sidelines. Looks like they're checking out Maggie Gunderson on the sidelines. A little bit of contact there in that tangle up. Just making sure that she's okay. Obviously, we want to take any kind of head injuries seriously, any collision or anything like that. Even the simplest. Crockett with the throw-in while they 10 to Gunderson. Looks like she's going to be able to come back in here pretty soon. Lamonji tries to feed it to Crockett. Crockett not able to keep it in. Grimaldi with the throw-in for Sporting. To Lane. Lane not able to get it to anybody. Grimaldi receives it. Cross there for Sporting. And Schmitty with the header. Going to take the ball up the sideline.
Schmitty read that ball really well.
She did. And now they have numbers. Ostergaard tries to squeeze it in. Maybe just put a little bit of leg behind it. Go ahead and try for that shot.
I think Sporting's done a really good job of being able to intercept and read it.
Yep, going to be called offside here.
It's probably the toughest thing Gretna's had to deal with so far.
Gunderson's still waiting to go in. Ball in the middle. Sporting able to get it, but gives it right back to Gretna. Ondiri just again not able to do what she's usually able to do. Good job by Schmitty to come back for that ball. Ostergaard decides to play it all the way back to Smith. Smith's going to play it long. Play it wide, excuse me. Crockett, Monji. Back to Smith. Plays over to Lolo. Lolo plays it wide. Then into the middle. Ostergaard with the ball now. Ostergaard sends it up. Has player in space. Just not able to keep it in. That's Santana. No, excuse me. That's not Santana. That is Mo Gore. Now Gunderson back in. And looks like Alyssa Keller is about to come in for her first minutes of the match in the second half. Sporting leads 1-0.
Keller was in earlier.
Was she?
When Maggie got
Okay.
hurt. So I guess they just put a player on, and then once Maggie was good, put her
Sent
back
somebody
on.
off.
Yeah,
Who came off? Do you know?
Keller.
Okay,
she
Keller
came in
came
for
off.
Maggie, and then she came off for Maggie, and now she's going back in.
Now she's going back in. But
Yep.
for who?
We'll see who.
That's right. So Keller calling for Cece. You can only assume that that's Cece Lamongi, and it is. So, good match for Cece Lamongi. She was the one who had the early look for the shot. Just about able to equalize earlier.
Just ate too much for breakfast this morning
That's
with
right.
that shot.
Strong leg.
Yep.
Throwing for Sporting. Good clearance. Now the speed comes for Gretna. Mondiri over to Gore. Gore looking to maybe get that corner again. And it's a goal kick, not able to do it. It's Mackenzie Short. Puts the ball down on the 6. Goal kick.
Yeah, these Sporting defenders aren't really falling for the corner.
Yeah, they're going to have to probably play it backwards from the end line.
Yeah, they need to find
Instead
a
of-
cutback.
Yep, find the cutback. Ooh, ball to the face or the chest there. Mondiri draws the foul. Plays it quick, gives it right to Sporting. Sporting on the attack. Again, doing a really good job of those quick one-touch passes. Oh, big hit into the flag.
Those flags are not the ones with the bases either, which
No.
means that one came right out of the ground.
Good job by Crockett to replace the flag before she throws it in. He's down there, probably answering a few questions.
Seemed like that one was a little bit of revenge for the last hit.
So throwing for Sporting. That's Grimaldi again. Grimaldi with the throw-in. Tolley, number 6. Ball ricochets off of Santana. Gunderson tries to get it. Smith able to pick it up before it goes to the end line. Punts it, gets it to Gore. Gore sends it through, tries to go to Monduri. Smith clears. Ball's still in. No, now it's out. Ooh. Good slide tackle on Deary. Just not able to possess. Gore gets somewhat lucky there and gets the ball to go out on Deary. And a foul is called. Look like Jillian Lane maybe. Mondiri plays quick, plays short, and the referee says no, none of that. We're going to set this up right. Getting a little chippy here.
Yeah.
Crockett.
I'm not really surprised that that's the case right now. Kind of knew that that's how this game would be going. It's just a matter of when it would get this chippy.
Kind of a dummy, and just a bad touch there. So Short's able to pick it up inside of the 6.
It really seems like Gretna's having their runs tonight. They're just either a step behind or a step ahead. They're not really connecting up top the way they wish they were.
Short puts it on the ground, plays it long. Lolo able to get it away. Schmitty accelerates up the left side. Comes a shot. Very wide.
I don't think that one hit the part of her foot she wished it would have.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
She kind of went down right as she was shooting that one.
Is that Santana?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Abigail Santana out of Creighton.
Unfortunate it went that far. Sporting seems to be really taking their time.
Hey, when you're up,
Yeah. I would do the same thing.
when in Rome, right?
I would do the exact same thing.
Short tells defenders to go ahead and head up the field. Gets every piece of it. Lolo sends it back up high, but not able to connect with anybody, so Sporting again. Ball goes out of bounds. Throw in for Gretna.
I think Gretna just needs to get some more passes up top and not try to force the long ball, because it seems like tonight the long ball is not really working on either side of the field.
Sporting has done a really good job of neutralizing Mondiri. I know I've said that several times in different ways, but it's just pretty impressive how they've been able to shut her down tonight.
Yeah.
And some of that you think might be because a lot of these girls are Creighton players, and so they know each other's ticks. Sporting, good slide tackle.
Yeah.
And that was Grace Ostergaard with the slide, able to prevent a shot. Of course, Sporting's going to get the corner here.
It's kind of funny because you'll find Mondiri in space on the field, and then
Play short, flag is up.
flag is up.
Whatever it was, they didn't like it.
Yeah. Not sure what the call is. But yeah, you'll find Mondiri in space on the field, and they're kind of leaving her open as a trap, and then Gretna will try to play it to her, and then she'll have, you know, one really hard tackle coming in or two girls on her.
Trying to figure out why they got another shot at this. The ball goes over.
I'm wondering if it was because Mondiri was coming in on the player running in, but I don't think she was close enough for them to make it a re-kick. I'm not sure.
So Smith with the goal kick here. And Sporting able to intercept. There's Radke. Ball kind of sitting in there.
Good job by Maggie to get that out.
Gunderson able to get that ball cleared. Throw in for Sporting. Oh, slip there by number 2, Gabby Grimaldi. Grace Ostergaard plays it wide. Lauren Schmidt. Schmidt back to Ostergaard. Ostergaard is going to look to separate here. Mondiri. Let's see if Mondiri is able to do something here. Does get the ball off to Mo Gore. They're swinging. Gore decides to just keep it herself, and ball goes just a little wide to the right. But excellent shot by Mo Gore. Excellent cut in by Mo Gore as well. And we have a Sporting player change out here. So number 30 is Sane Barnell out of Bellevue University. And she'll be coming in for Jillian Lane. Jillian Lane's still in high school. So pretty impressive for her to be able to play in this UWS program at a young age. Oh, Ostergaard draws contact, gets the foul there. Oh, referee. Well, Smile, let's see if they can do something here. Grace Crockett decides to play Lamanji. Lamanji's going to put it in. Plays it wide to Gore. Gore receives. And throw in. Prevents the corner. Throwing right on the edge here. Ostergaard running to get the ball in the concession stand, it looked like. Crockett with the throw in. Mondiri plays it to Crockett. Crockett plays it over the top. And Sporting for the time being looks to be safe. Gretna. Boy, just back and forth, isn't it?
Yeah.
And Sporting has the numbers. Cut back, Smith comes out. Unfortunately, gets a little bottled up there, and we have a second goal for Sporting Nebraska. One v one kind of breaks loose.
Seems like Gretna just had a lot of players stuck up top from that last attack.
And the goal was Lindsay Procops. So she has 2 on the season now. And it's kind of a shame that Gretna really has played pretty proficiently defensively.
Yeah.
They just haven't had much going on offensively tonight.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like a rough day in the office for them up top.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like they're trying to do stuff, and then the minute they do, it's just either taking off their foot or there's a bad touch.
Or things like that, you know, that just it's just an unfortunate event where the ball just kind of sits there and you can't anticipate that, unfortunately. So Short with another goal kick here. Ball travels out of bounds. Deary looking to chase it down. And Santana's able to sneak in there, intercept, and score a pretty easy one there on Short. She came out and just not able to get herself in front of it. So just like that, Gretna's right back in it, 2-1.
Yeah.
It looks like we might see a change out up top. That's Zana from Bellevue University. She's going to be coming in for Gunderson. Maggie did a pretty good job tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, that switch brought Santana in the midfield and Schmitty on the outside as a forward.
Mackenzie Smith with the save. Ball playing direct again. Mondiri looking to do something. And that's going to be a corner. Corner for Gretna. You kind of feel, every once in a while, you feel those momentum swings. This kind of feels like one of those times where it seemed like they were kind of dead in the water. Gretna was dead in the water, and then all of a sudden a tricky goal gets scored, and they're right back in it.
It's kind of funny because I said that the long balls weren't really working. And that was a good example of when they did.
Looking to get another corner here. They do. And we're on the far side.
I think the other thing with how the gameplay might change is now that people are getting tired, playing long balls for Gretna might be a little bit better just because Sporting has had to defend a decent amount.
The ball goes way out.
Third corner in a row.
Third corner. Keller able to draw the corner.
Fourth ref with a nice assist.
That's right.
Down to the corner.
Pretty accurate.
Yeah, not too bad.
Here comes the corner. Oh, wow.
That was a really good look there.
GA fans calling for a handball in the box. Don't get it. That was very close for contact. The foul is drawn there for Gretna. So they're going to set this up. I don't know how Sporting was able to save that one, but they did.
Yeah.
That looked pretty incredible.
I think you play that corner again and that one probably goes in.
I think so.
I think that's just one of those rare chances where it doesn't.
Ostergaard with the shot in. And just wide. Another shot by Gretna.
These are great looks.
Producer saying that was a handball, definitely, after watching the replay. It's unfortunate when referees don't have the advantage of watching replay, but
Yeah, there's a lot of bodies in the box.
this game is live.
Might need to bring that VAR out.
Yeah. I don't want to be responsible for VAR.
Me neither. I think, especially now that
Referee is not letting them play short, play fast here.
ball wasn't completely stopped there. Yeah, it seems like now that Gretna's gotten one back, this game is getting chippy on both sides again.
Deary trying to pressure. Big touch.
I think that's what Gretna needs more of, though, is just having their forwards come back to help defend. It's putting more pressure on Sporting.
Ball goes high. Looks like we have another substitution coming in. Looks like number 8, Olivia Van Bell, will be coming in. She's a midfielder. She's coming in for Hitomi. Ball just given away.
I think that's another example of somebody having a little too much for breakfast.
Deary comes in. Zamina able to help out from the back. Originally a forward on this team, she's able to play a wide range of positions, which is good. Very fast, offside on Sporting. Be a free kick. About 20 yards out.
Seemed like that one was an unintentional offsides trap there.
Yeah, I don't think that was planned, but probably a good thing for Gretna. Almost like a dummy, but nobody was there.
Yeah, I think that's just, it's a case of where, like,
Gore with a nice move.
there's
Starts
not as
cutting
much
it to the middle.
communication in this game as there has been in previous ones. And maybe there hasn't been in others either, but just against better teams.
Definitely getting chippy out there, but
Yeah.
it's chippy on both sides.
Again.
And good save by Smith. They do call the offside eventually.
Ref just trying to get the save there.
Yeah, center ref wanting to make sure that everything's good to go before he finally looks over at the AR. Fans starting to make it known that they think a few of these collisions should be called. Still 2-1 here in Omaha, Nebraska. played to the outside. And it's just going to go out for a corner. We have another substitution coming in. This time number 18, Bella Smith from Drake University. Let's see who she's replacing. It almost looks like Parsons, but it might not be. Can't tell from here. So here comes the corner. Good placement there for Sporting. Gretna's able to get the clearance. Ball get played to the middle. Just given away again, unfortunately. Just anytime that the ball seems to get played direct like that, over the top, just doesn't seem to be working for Gretna tonight.
Yeah, I think that's another of the tough things not having Reagan Zimmers playing tonight. Is Lolo is very skilled with the long balls, and so she does a really good job at playing them accurately.
Mondiri with a very odd ball. I don't know what that was about. She does not seem to be clicking tonight. Looks like Jenna Hodavy's coming in. We are into the 83rd minute now, so not too much time left. So Hodavy comes in. It looks like Crockett may be coming out. So Crockett, a very good match tonight in the back. She was playing up and down that sideline almost like a wing many times tonight. So congratulations to her on a very good match. Throw in for Sporting, just outside of the 18. Good acceleration by Sporting, passing. Just not able to find feet.
A little too much on that ball from Schmitty.
Schmitty not able to get the tackle there, so Sporting's able to continue to possess. A lot of space in the middle right now. And Smith's able to pick it up. Smith plays it long with her hands. But Sporting able to get the ball right back. Just back and forth. It's been good in that regard. But some of the ways that the players are giving the ball away, I'm sure both coaches are going to watch this tape back and have a few critiques for a few of the players. And we got a corner. No, we got a goal kick. Wow. Somehow Short's going to come out with a goal kick here.
Seemed like Santana was just moving a little too quick and it hit her foot.
Maybe ricocheted.
On the way out. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say even though Gretna's gotten scored on 2 times, they've been pretty solid on defense tonight.
The referee calls a handball there in the middle of the pitch. Ball was stopped, so they are able to play it fast this time. Good movement by Santana. Throw in for Gretna. Hotovy with the throw in now. And another substitution. Sounds like Hannah King will be coming out. It looks like Amber Arnold is the one who's coming in. Throwing for Hotovy. Gets it to Mo Gore. Gore sends it in, just outside of the 6. Ball being chased down. Keller with the ball. Keller drops. Lolo puts the ball into right around the 18. Gore fighting. Ostergaard there too. Good step by Lamonji. Gore just outside of the 18. Puts the ball into the 18. And the ball just takes a really weird bounce and they're able to just kick it out of bounds.
I think that's the bounce due to the 6 kind of being messed up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was down on the field, there's a nice like ripple in the turf.
Wow.
Yeah.
Something the ground crew is going to have to address
Yeah.
at some point. Good tackle. Tackle by Lamonji. Just able to stick her foot in there and take that ball away. Ostergaard, the ball. Gets it in between some of the SOFC players. And they are going to call a corner. So with short time left here, let's see if Gretna Elite is able to even it up. They've had several chances, especially off of some of these corner kicks. There's the kick. Short able to punch it out.
Good ball back in.
Good ball into the 6. And then Samina. There's Keller. And just high for Lamonji. Lamonji's had a really good game.
Yeah.
In a lot of aspects, so she hasn't been afraid to take shots. She's done a really good job of neutralizing those attackers. Short with the goal kick. We've got just a few more minutes left in this match. Gretna's going to need something quick and something powerful to get to a draw here. Otherwise, first matchup between these two may go to Sporting Nebraska. Throwing for Sporting as it came off of a GEA player.
If Sporting wasn't taking their time before now, they definitely will be.
Ostergaard with a good touch. Plays it up to Santana. Santana, really good tackle. Not able to keep it in, but an excellent tackle. Coach Baxter kind of directing traffic down there, telling the girls to slow it down. Deary to Ostergaard. Ostergaard to Santana. Santana in and just just off, just by a little, just a hair. Short actually came out and kind of put herself in a really precarious position. And there were two Gretna players right there. Neither of them could get a clean touch on it. Short with the kick.
Sending that one all the way out.
Yeah, you think that's by design?
I would say, yeah. That's one of those situations where your coach tells you when you get up to kick it as hard as you can.
And knowing Luke Baxter, that is definitely something that could be coming out of his mouth at any point in time.
Oh, I'm sure. I think a lot of coaches would say the same thing. though.
Absolutely. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Foul.
I know I've heard Mitch say that a couple times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's smart play.
Yeah. Seems like the refs don't really care where these fouls or throw-ins take place either. The last
A little
one,
liberal with them.
yeah, the last one, Zamina was about 15 yards higher than where the ball actually went out, and that one was about 5. But I'm sure they just want to keep this game rolling, so.
Waning moments here. Got a throw in here for Sporting on the far side of the pitch. I think they're going to be content just to try to play it into the corner. Another
For sure.
part of the game. It drives some people nuts, but it also is
Effective.
extremely effective.
For sure.
And right here, they're able to get a corner from it. So not only do they get what they want, they get more than they want.
I think the ref's calling it as a throw-in.
Oh, he's throwing it in?
Yep.
Okay. Another throw in. Throw in goes the other way.
I think that sponsorship sign needs to go just a little bit further. I think Gretna would definitely appreciate that in that moment.
So Lolo able to get the ball, sends it up. And Deary just not able to fight for it.
That's just another one of those situations where she's marked by 2 players, though.
Yeah, she's been neutralized.
Yeah.
Sporting's done their research. I think that anybody who watched that Side FC 92 match from Sunday knows that you do not want to give her too much space.
Yeah.
Here's Santana. Santana into the middle. Oh, that might have been the shot right there. Gore still has a chance. And that is the end of the match, folks. Final score, Sporting Nebraska 2, Gretna Elite Academy 1. It was a pretty enjoyable match, if I got to be honest. It was definitely lived up to the hype.
Yeah.